peers. I think that is really what is galvanizing the MPP in Ashanti. And also the middle level resistance that the MPP was getting in Ashanti from non-committed voters is completely gone down, because these non-committed voters have seen the arrogance of power, particularly in Ashanti region of the NDC. Complete arrogance of power. Never happened before. Regional ministers behave like they are military commanders here in Ashanti region. Never seen before. And it's striking them. It's annoying them. And they are wondering that, what is this? How is a regional minister behaving like he's a military commander? Mayors, they behave like they are the commander of the recce department at the Ghana Armed Forces. And people have seen these things. People's buildings have been broken down. And they break your building, whether it's a bank, whether it's a school, and they tell you we are building a 24-hour market. 24-hour economy was in the NDC manifesto. Go check the NDC manifesto, see whether the word market was in anywhere around the 24-hour economy. Suddenly, government redefines the 24-hour economy and comes and tells us that 24-hour economy is about markets. What does that mean? Ghana have had markets for 180 years. Asafo market is older than Ghana's independence. Edum market and KJTR market and Makola market, they are older than Ghana's independence. We've already had markets. Suddenly, government comes and says, I'm doing a 24-hour economy and it's anchored on markets. Okay, go ahead with your markets. No, I break your school building and I'll do markets. I break your bank and I do markets. People are seeing these things and they are desperate for the MPP to return to power.
How dare all of us that you have in a year, you have a police station overlooking a river that Galamsey is taking place.
Gold is the one holding Ghana now. And because of Galamsey, we're 80 tons per year. For 135 tons. Additional, be brave free Galamsey. So we must be prepared to sacrifice in the fight against Galamsey. Say production will come down. It means that exports will reduce. And then also the issue of employment. Because employment in the Enankodani Bebre, Galamsey. Into Okutia Galamsey, a lot of the young people who currently are surviving with Galamsey would also get unemployed. And those are two consequences.
If we don't fight for the Ghana that we want, we will not get the Ghana that we need. So if His Excellency the President, and I know him a bit, he's a good, nice man. Whatever is holding him, I don't know. John Mahama is a good, fine man. His brain is on point. His children are sweet people. I can't understand that he would think of other people's children to drink this water. I don't think the First Lady in her sanity would ever sit down and approve of any of this when one of the people she loves the most has died. Why should the Minister of Lands be raving and ranting as if he's the only one on the street? Where are the people who said 1 week? Sam George, my brother, Igbo, Okujeto, where are you? We have to call you out. My own brother, Robson Dafiamo Paul, you cannot change your mouth. Please, it's not about your party. It is about Ghana. There should be something we should stand for. Sam George said the president can solve this in 1 week. By doing what? Declaring a state of emergency. And that's true. If any president were to declare a state of emergency, nobody goes there. So that's true. That will solve the problem. There's no question about that. That is true. And if you say these things and you come to government and say that, well, we are in government, as you just said, that the turbidity of the water is getting worse under your government, worse than when you said we should declare a state of emergency. At a certain turbidity level, you said declare a state of emergency. Turbidity level becomes worse. You now have the power. And you tell us that you don't want to declare a state of emergency, and we should listen to all this beautiful English being spoken by a lawyer, that we have done this, we have done you and this and that. All that is okay. It's a political question. The acting Chief Justice told the Bar Conference this week that the Galamsey has become worse under President Mahama. Felix Kwakye Ofosu, the government communication minister, says he needs evidence of that. He needs evidence of the fact that the situation has become worse. He said nobody has provided the evidence. He doesn't have the evidence. Kolebu Teaching Hospital is reporting things. He doesn't have the evidence. The stability of the water from Ghana Water Company, he doesn't have the evidence. These are the matters that is making the politics unbelievable. So this is the situation confronting the NDC. It is true that the state of emergency could stop Galamsey. It is true. The NDC were right in opposition, and those saying today are also right. Now this is the situation. NDC was in opposition, says that the thing is at 20%. You need to declare state of emergency, Mr. President. NDC comes to office at 60%, and they said, oh no, a state of emergency, it will come later.
Galamsey, yes, own the politics. Council of State, Mr. President knows, everybody knows the kind of people who are there, that you find the people in there. The executive, they are there. Parliament, they are there. The only place where they are, in fact, even the media, some of them own the media. Yeah. Where's our hope? If Mr. President will not do it, it's okay. I'm tired. I've suffered under every government. You guys can come and punish me. It's okay. Somebody should die for something. Omani, my brother, he died for something, but his own people cannot even make what he died for even count. They are thinking that they've raised 3-something million or 6-something billion using government donations and all that blah 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 to use that to mask and say I'm thinking of your family. That's the small thinking that you people have. Nothing, small thinking. You think you give people money and that is it. It's not just for what he wants. He wants you to transform this country. That's why Omani would have been a fine president. Please, we should stand for something. If you're an NDC man and this is happening, talk to your people, stand out. You should have honor. You can't be an MP with reasonability, with mandate, with allegiance to the Constitution of Ghana. And you see this and keep quiet and come and have the audacity to come and even discuss the fact that the president never used the word state of emergency. Nonsense. Do you have a heart? Do you have a heart? Do you have a conscience?
At the time we went to do this, and this was on the 6th of September when we went to tell the story, it was 94,800. That was water stability at the time, right? 94,800. Now the interesting thing about this is we went back today to try and check what has happened. And by the way, the safe levels for turbidity, right? The safe levels for turbidity should be way in the region of 15, 16 thereabout, but we managed to move it gradually up as the waters get destroyed to what it was now. Today when we tried checking, we realized everybody else in Ghana Water Company told us something very clearly, and they were very frank with us. We can no longer give you the data because we've been told not to.
And we allow that to happen. How dare all of us that we have these people die? And what asks Erastus, what we are calling the responsible mining that they were going to launch. He speaks to a man who is mining in a waterway by the road, the Bekwai Road, just by the road, and nothing is happening to him. How dare all of us that on the road from Bonsu through Enyinem, through Osino, and heading in clear sight, people are just doing these things with reckless abandon. So for me, unfortunately, including myself, I'm not too sure we've honored them. And you know the interesting thing, the wife of the Deputy Director General of NADMO had said something that if we should by now be bowing our heads in shame.
So far, I don't think that I would say that the government of the day has made any serious and realistic commitment towards the fight against Galamsey. I think, if anything at all, Akufo-Addo was even much more stronger in terms of the rhetoric than we've seen under the Mahama regime. I think it would be one of the significant failures if the Mahama government fails to deal realistically with the Galamsey situation, because it's not just about the environment that is being destroyed. This morning or yesterday, we heard about the request by Ghana Water in terms of the amount of the increases that they are requesting. And it's all about the river bodies or water bodies that have been so devastated, and how much it will cost them to treat the water to be able to supply potable water to communities and to our people. So I think it's one of the major areas that the government has to look at. But as I said, it all comes down to the extent to which we are prepared as a nation.
Baby, I can't come. And this is for a person to us who are by more. Because December, last December, me fa pana utimifa a barakasa kwan kupi fufu ebeshi abidamano. Na galamsi ni left and right. Na bibi enwe ekise galamsi. 3 months ago me fa okodo bonkum ni fa.
Ehfa.
Fufu kwan kupi abidamano.
Umatiasim.
Ya tiesim ati se galamsi no mfidi suo anyasem kuma. Ade ne yetenchen yanka me in particular. Ye ne yanka fa galamsi.
NDC.
Ade be ne yahu se galamsi eyeti MPP for. Ye be ne yahu. Ene ma 2 MPP for nyina na busia se NDC for ya fa hwehum with respect to galamsi. Dabi. Bosontwe ye ma ne he galamsi ho. Ba be no me galamsi. Adansa so kwa ne bi ho.
Dabi.
Fampo a friend. Oh, so Takono na a war. By new areas be a quadio, Nibini,
new forest be a nay, can cry. Then I say not to pack Kawas, Marusaku,
almost a Bessois forest. And no quite dancer squad, you see, you're 2 Adianoa, a group police station. And you ask the police penny to know what were they? And so I don't know one a year to a city.
You 2AD.
And the party were in the pub bonus and dear semi young Kentia and people for say, one more galamsi or May or more seno. And then you say galamsi and so many people. And then did you be a Tiagumo and Penuka Katia say, young Kofuni BJP. Now, some say one Benny Mr. Sanko for any woman. Woman to me for Sabisu Mamboreno, Emma Mefrayo, made the Intermenza, may Ubi to Obama and NDC.
Because me Kaiso Bohu Diana, Efa Sagalam say,
and let Atruni and let what he didn't show a broom, you have good position in Nemia. Could I never think that's yes?
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery.
Laparoscopic
colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mintuber Hospital, first Ghana colorectal center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
Madam, I'm looking for Abena.
Abena, there's someone looking for you.
Madam, please, where's Abena?
Abena, yes, ma'am. Is this who you are looking for?
Madam, please get me Abena. Please.
Della. Abena bra.
Oh, Abena. It's not Abena rice. I can't eat any of that. More.
Abena rice. And Niji Nkwa. FDA. Ajajadi Nkratwe Yatsum.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302 998 246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy man for Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, Nesasu Mama Hoto so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Today's class is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Asempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all. Her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
Abinabiwa say what dia no babeje wo makacho safa wo bome sabe empanyin say abone pakokwaye no e no de ne ho twetwisie UBA Motors wadawro ma ene say me bia Benz musa na o chale age Benz nigga kasa tinti wo wi entop onko petra se me onko bla 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 petra se
EVA Motors specializes in the sale of quality foreign imported vehicles, all backed by genuine and authentic documentation. Visit us at Dansoman Runabout, behind the Guelph filling station, for trusted vehicle deals and excellent customer service.
Charlie, how do you see the car? Can you solid? Can you beautiful? Yeah, Madam Joe Baye. Yeah. EVA Motors, get your best deals and say crack it. Crack.
Can he tee up someone in red?
Do not say! That's who goes for. I be the real goat. Sam, what's the real goat?
Who is the goat? Ghana Jollof or Nigerian Jollof?
You are lying! Ghana Jollof!
We are talking about BET. Let's be the goat, huh? My guy, he be the goat.
Though our choice of goats may differ in football, music, and jollof, Alomo Bitters always brings us together. Alomo, experience greatness in every moment.
Proudly produced by Casa Preco PLC. Drink responsibly. Not for sale to persons under 18 years. Not recommended for pregnant women and lactating mothers. Don't drink and drive. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Welcome to the Pan-African Sustainability Conference 2026, where Africa's brightest minds come together to inspire change. For 3 impactful days, you'll engage in thought-provoking discussions, discover breakthrough innovations, build strategic partnerships, and explore practical solutions advancing the circular economy and sustainable development across Africa. Whether you're a student, researcher, investor, innovator, or a leader creating solutions for tomorrow, PASC 2026 is where your journey connects with Africa's future. Organizations and institutions are also invited to partner with or sponsor PASC 2026, showcasing their commitment to sustainability while connecting with influential leaders and decision makers. Don't just witness the future, help create it. Join us from 8th to 10th September 2026 at the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel in Accra, Ghana. Register, partner, or become a sponsor today at www.pascafrica.org. This conference is brought to you by PASC Africa 2026, advancing sustainability and circular economy solutions for Africa's future.
Metro TV, Original TV, Original FM and Metro Digital, under the auspices of the Office of the Chief of Staff, proudly present the Clean Conference 2026. Theme: assessing Ghana's progress towards UN SDGs Agenda 2030. SDG 6, clean water and sanitation. SDG 7, clean energy. And SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. Friday, 21st August 2026, 9 a.m. at the City Conference Hall, University of Ghana, Legon, Accra. With just 4 years to achieve the UN SDGs 2030, how far has Ghana come? The answers begin with one national conversation. The Metro and Original Sanitation Conference with the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra. In attendance will be the Gamanche, His Royal Majesty King Takiteko True II. The Clean Conference, bringing together government, development partners, industry players, academia, civil society, and all Ghanaians. Change is not only in conference rooms, so there will be a cleanup exercise on Saturday, 22nd August 2026, also led by the Chief of Staff. Join thousands of volunteers for this massive cleanup exercise across the major streets of Accra. Metro Clean Conference, Wahuni Diema or Maini Tumpong.
Also refused to
how dare all of us that you have in a year, you have a police station overlooking a river that Galamsey is taking place.
Gold is the one holding Ghana now. And because of Galamsey in Tina, we were 80 tons per year. After year, 135 tons. Additional, Bebre free Galamsey. So we must be prepared to sacrifice in the fight against Galamsey. Say production will come down. It means that exports will reduce. And then also the issue of employment. Because employment in the Enankodani Bebre, Galamsey. Into Okotia Galamsey, a lot of the young people who currently are surviving with Galamsey would also get unemployed. And those are two consequences.
If we don't fight for the Ghana that we want, we will not get the Ghana that we need. So if His Excellency the President, and I know him a bit, he's a good, nice man. Whatever is holding him, I don't know. John Mama is a good, fine man. His brain is on point. His children are sweet people. I can't understand that he would think of other people's children to drink this water. I don't think the first lady in her sanity would ever sit down and approve of any of this when one of the people she loves the most has died. Why should the minister of lands be raving and ranting as if he's the only one on the street? Where are the people who said 1 week? Sam George, my brother, Igbo Yo. Okujato, where are you? We have to call you out. My own brother rocks in the Paul. You cannot change your mouth. Please, it's not about your party. It is about Ghana. There should be something we should stand for. Sam George said the president can solve this in 1 week. By doing what? Declaring a state of emergency. And that's true. If any president were to declare a state of emergency, nobody goes there. So that's true. That will solve the problem. There's no question about that. That is true. And if you say these things and you come to government and say that, well, we are in government, as you just said, that the turbidity of the water is getting worse under your government, worse than when you said we should declare a state of emergency. At a certain turbidity level, you said declare a state of emergency. Turbidity level becomes worse. You now have the power. And you tell us that you don't want to declare a state of emergency, and we should listen to all this beautiful English being spoken by a lawyer, that we have done this, we have done you and this and that. All that is okay. It's a political question. The acting Chief Justice told the bar conference this week that the Galamsey has become worse under President Mahama. Felix Kwame Ofosu, the government communication minister, says he needs evidence of that. He needs evidence of the fact that the situation has become worse. He said nobody has provided the evidence. He doesn't have the evidence. Kolebu Teaching Hospital is reporting things. He doesn't have the evidence. The turbidity of the water from Ghana Water Company, he doesn't have the evidence. These are the matters that is making the politics unbelievable. So this is the situation confronting the NDC. It is true that the state of emergency could stop Galamsey. It is true. The NDC were right in opposition, and those saying today are also right. Now this is the situation. NDC was in opposition, says that the thing is at 20%. You need to declare state of emergency, Mr. President. NDC comes to office at 60%, and they say, oh no, a state of emergency, it will come later. Galamsey, yes, own the politics. Council of State, Mr. President knows, everybody knows the kind of people who are there, that you find the people in there. The executive, they are there. Parliament, they are there. The only place where they are, in fact, even the media, some of them own the media. Yeah. Where's our hope? If Mr. President will not do it, it's okay. I'm tired. I've suffered under every government. You guys can come and punish me. It's okay. Somebody should die for something. Omani, my brother, he died for something. But his own people cannot even make what he died for even count. They are thinking that they've raised 3-something million or 6-something billion using government donations and all that blah, blah, blah. To use that to mask and say, I'm thinking of your family. That's the small thinking that you people have. Nothing. Small thinking. You think you give people money and that is it. It's not just for what he wants. He wants you to transform this country. That's why Omani would have been a fine president. Please, we should stand for something. If you're an NDC man and this is happening, talk to your people. Stand out. You should have honor. You can't be an MP with reasonability, with mandate, with allegiance to the Constitution of Ghana. And you see this and keep quiet and come.
Jammeh is admitting, say, there has been losses. What was them? All the propaganda, all the PR, all the shenanigans, Sammy Jammeh government near now, or more admitted said there are losses. So why was all the propaganda? I don't know PR. It is Sammy Jammeh call merry-go-round. I was afraid you were too. What come merry-go-round there? Afraid you also know I just gold board no make losses. Consume a boy here. It really say I see company making losses are any crime. See I see company making losses are any crime. Say the bank for cry a year bank. So we close your books for the day. They make losses. And bank biakra they make accommodation for losses because I said the wakoto emono. What the more bags bear 6 kujaswa. O shano olonka ompono na olonka ba ko ashoti. Sane humanity. Into company bia obe make the problem that comes with the losses in the case of Sammy Jammeh, it is when the losses near a dorsum. That is when it's a problem. It's an alarming. Because I know any normal loss. But you make way from 1 minus 1 losses. It is normal. It comes with the job. But when the losses become extreme, when the losses become a big loss, that is when it's a problem. It's in a gold board for the year problem. And a gold board, NDC for gold board, they Ghana for a gold board. So one on all they can say more beyond commenting about gold board because it's an ignorant mouth. It's an ignorant lips. And the Lord does not lie in your ignorant lips. And the Lord does not lie in your ignorant mouth. Because Ghana is the same taxpayers' money and found your free Kumasi and found your free Accra, your free Savulugu. Ghana is a whole taxpayers' money. And yet they build the Bank of Ghana. And Bank of Ghana is answerable to the people of Ghana. Forget Yawano. So who uncle now who person now person propaganda now by me, I'll ignore you. Because this is not about propaganda, this is about education. We need to give people media for the eduman, and that is why I mean NDC by media for criticizing. We are the critics of every government. Now then you find nanado, missing nanado, besin nanado, a jam your name in Casa. Besine, or man penny is excellence in another don't go for former president. Or name in fine. Because I criticize him profusely. Why does NDC feel a sense of entitlement? This is the problem I have. Sense of entitlement. Say, yeah, the NDC about Mobian criticizing. It's journalists for cry a coup for the time no mubuta critical question. MFA, we are fan on your man then gold hub, petroleum hub, Yamani PRO, corporate affairs manager, uncle. No more by no mere propaganda. No. Papa see a near fan of Bank of Ghana, or more no PR no. Why near fan of Miami Bremonakwa, Atofos and Fan, Ministry of Finance. Into journalists who used to ask critical questions. This is part of the culture of silence. No? Culture of silence now NDC for embarking on. And mind you, don't come and tell me any cock and bull comment. Say if you're the one complaining about culture of silence, UTV critical issues make Kufuor time. You see, Kufuor more your culture of silence. I said it. Don't come in. You see, you cannot use anything against me for equalization purposes. And fact, you can be culture of silence. And 1 year san can in it. It's Munya study NDC. Enti Sammy Jammeh say one kasa wo agia to mu say. One kasa wo agia to mu say. There have been losses. The answer to the people of Ghana. How the losses came about. And whether the losses are justified or not. A mandate we need to know. It is our right as citizens of Ghana to know. Yes, you better file it RTR, Right to Information Act. You better file it. Say the NDC propaganda. Say galam say no crap background. NDC 1% kofo be say ensure na nite and I say nite. It's Joy FM for or letter the command. Ghana Water Force. You see what the stability of the water is. Ghana Water Force. You say can you imagine? The same government or accuse a Kufuor so your culture of silence. That government now is vimshiously preventing media people from getting information. The same government vimshiously is preventing the media from getting information.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to this edition of the program. It's always a pleasure to come to you live here at Metro TV at Northridge in Accra. Tonight, we have an exclusive interview with the indefatigable leader of the mighty minority in Parliament, Member of Parliament for Ifutu in Winneba, Barrister and Solicitor of the Supreme Court of Ghana, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, is joining us for a crisp, short, tight, straightforward interview about the situation of the Gold Board. The conversation began this week where the minority had a press conference led by leader Markin, where he expressed concerns about a loss at the Gold Board. The figure was put at $1.7 billion or 22 billion Ghana cedis. Soon thereafter, days later, the chief executive of the Ghana Gold Board, Sammy Gyamfi, also held a press conference on the platform of the Government Accountability Series. Sammy Gyamfi talked about the Gold Board and indicated that the losses that were referred to by the minority and the minority leader were wrong and misplaced. The story has continued until this evening where former Member of Parliament for the Dodiodio constituency, Nilante Vanderpoy, who appeared on CTFM this morning and rendered an unqualified apology on behalf of Sammy Gyamfi for the words used against Alex Markin, is also becoming a topical matter. Tonight, Mr. Vanderpoy is coming under some fire from NDC people, whilst he's receiving broad applause from the general public for being that politician who is able to come off his high horse and render an apology to keep the situation at an even keel. Lante Vanderpoy had received applause from across the political divide, but this evening he's coming under pressure from NDC people. We'll look at that, and then we will zoom into the interview. After the Gold Board press conference, the minority leader, our guest tonight, also issued a press statement. And in his press statement, he was quite glad that as far as the Gold Board press conference is concerned, his big takeaway is that Sammy Gyamfi accepted that there has been some losses. And so that will be our starting point for the conversation tonight. We'll also show you what Gold Board has said by their press statement, which they have issued and of which we have a copy. Now, though, it's celebratory time today in the stables of the New Patriotic Party. Two big celebrations occurring on 20th August, two double birthday. We begin with the incoming First Lady, Samira Bawumia. She is celebrating her birthday today on 20th August. This is for Samira.
Youth of this country, we are saying to the NDC that we see you all right. You want us to see you? We see you, but we see incompetence. We see you, but we see corruption. We see you, but we see mismanagement. We see you, but we see bad governance. We see you, but we want change. We see you, but we want Ghana to move forward. That is why I have decided, and all the youth of this country, and all the well-meaning people of this country are saying, we need an incorruptible leader. We need a competent leader. We need a selfless leader. We need a visionary leader. We need a leader with good judgment. We need a leader who is selfless and loves this country more than his pocket.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Today a new year has begun. Today the old chapter is closed. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Today a new year has begun. Today the old chapter is closed. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
David. Happy
It's about vision. Ghana, how we are practicing a democracy. Ye opinion. Say we the president and the one out. And not of one out. With the president, ye probably a wide drink here. Obi to me. I didn't share pa. At your brain, my dachi. I mean, you simply say.
We wish you success and long life. We wish you good health and prosperity. Today is your special day. May God bless you now. I say we wish you success and long life. We wish you good health and prosperity. Today is your special day. May God bless you now. May God bless. May God bless you now. 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 May God bless. May God bless you now. May God bless. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. Hip, 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 hooray. Hip, 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 hooray. Hip, 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 hooray. Hip, 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 hooray.
Wonderful happy birthday to Samira Bawumia, wife of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the MPP flag bearer for the 2028 election. Happy birthday, incoming First Lady, hopefully, inshallah, by the grace of God. Also, lawyer Atachia and former member of parliament for Ebuakwa South also celebrates his birthday today on 20th August. I received, as the video is rolling, I received a few text messages of people saying it's also their birthday. We have selected Nkunimdifo Akutoa Jiman Minta. We'll be showing him later. Yes, but that's Atachia on the screen. Very big good evening to you, Leonard Senior, a very distinguished member of the Ghana Bar Association. This one is for Atachia.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Today a new year has begun. Today the old chapter is closed. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Today a new year has begun. Today the old chapter is closed. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Birthday for Atachia as well. Okay, so we have a birthday for a young man whose father is a regular viewer of the show. He sent me his son's photograph. He was born in 1999. I believe that makes him 27 years old today. His name is Nkunimdifo Akutoa Jiman Minta. Okay, they'll get the photograph later and then they'll send it. They'll send it to me and then I'll show it. But Nkunimdifo Akutoa Jiman Minta, happy birthday to you. 27 today, and your dad wants us to project you on Good Evening Ghana because you are a listener and he's also a listener. Thank you very much for doing that. All right, let's get to the matter. And Alex Markin is in the studio already, the Honorable Minority Leader. He'll be talking to us about this. Let's begin the story from where it started. At the beginning of the week, the minority in Parliament held a press conference addressed by its indefatigable leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, Member of Parliament for Futu, and it was about Gold Board. Here's just a snapshot of what he said. This part is in Akan. The leader addressed both in English and in Akan. We've selected this part just for you to get the story. This is what he said.
I am a force. Sika, what do I say? 22 billion. Mama Gian to who says, Mawaka.
We can do it after he just wanted a text.
Okay. Ekakasia na mabo Ghana 22 billion cedis. Na ye minority dia oma tro amwa gia tum na ye kan wasem. Na mo bedi din atem. Na fanyo ma kan ye say, no pon kromati say, na no say asati say. Enya wo be ko social media ke didin atem, ena be sesa dia IMF atro. Ye ba ye no ye nim se sebi ebinum de omotecha maso no eye doko nti ye the IMF report no bae. Nti ye sremu nsem trofo. Mo waso die kese. Eye nsem a binum be ka nyina na sese mo tie ne sa. Ebinum kan tro. Omo twa ntro so ana omo aye so mom na e ka no kre. Who to gold? Who didja? Who wakoboka? Who's it? A cana wabono? Who the acotro? Now, what the idea? What tona? Is he can about what you when you faso into what the Akana Yaoka? Now, what to be that? We be a company, me, company bakuna, yet this staff salary ato, and a company bakosuni yet this sales akoto. Into your buyers, you may yan faso. Now, a canal boy and the cost of sales in a way. Inti yes, Shamu. Atem di dieni die en shaky. But the cruel woman say so far say obi akoye juman po baby. Na sende iyoko for tata no. Iyoko for tata binum. Attorney General ye press conference osio. Obimpo oye ayaban juma eka 5 million cedis 3 million cedis 10 million cedis yetumi frɛ wo iyoko na wakoda ho na yɛse fa ejapade a asumbo for branch amobile na ne go ball for bill de abeye hu ti o me ba o we de so 22 billion losses here, almost gold board aboke. And then who bill? As a cabin, I had the baby bill. Oh, we as I said yet here. Yes, what we are phone, sir. Now, wash your one, sir. We are say I want said to me, bow sim. Nasa would the tata will be a ye.
So that was a statement, a snapshot of what the minority leader said. Now, this is what Gold Board have put up, and let's go through it. It says Gold Board's own financial performance. So it's here. Audited surplus. Gold Board's 2025 audited financial statements show an operational surplus of 907 million and an overall surplus of over 5.4 billion, directly refuting claims of losses. So here, Gold Board said that they have obtained a surplus of 5.2 billion, so that the conversation that they have lost money from their statement, they say is not correct. Let's move on. And they said there were no adverse findings by the Auditor General. It says the Auditor General had unhindered access to all documents and raised no adverse audit findings against Gold Board. Number 3, role of BOG's DGPP losses, not responsible for BOG losses. So they said Gold Board is not responsible for losses that the Bank of Ghana has made. It continues here. Sammy Gyamfi argues that the IMF report does not blame Gold Board for the 1.7 billion DGPP loss. He challenges Afenyo-Markin to point to where it does. So here he's saying that the IMF does not blame Gold Board for it. Number 4, limited role as buying agent. Gold Board, he says, and his predecessor, PMMC, acted strictly as a buying agent under the DGPP with no role in selling gold, setting prices, or signing off-take agreements. Losses from sales cannot be blamed on the buyer, he says. Number 5, you have to remember that it says losses cannot be blamed on the buyer. Gold Board is a buyer, they don't sell. So if somebody sold and made losses, that cannot be Gold Board. And he says that IMF did not even say it's Gold Board. Number 5, pre-existing losses. The Bank of Ghana, the document says, recorded a $400 million loss under the DGPP in 2024, even before Gold Board ever existed. They make that point as well. We don't know what to do with it, but they want to remind us that there was a loss already. Policy design. He says, Sammy Gyamfi argues that the DGPP was not deliberately designed as an FX crisis intervention. What did I read? Sammy Gyamfi argues that the DGPP was deliberately designed as an FX crisis intervention rather than a profit-making program. The reported losses, he says, largely reflect exchange rate valuation, transnational effects associated with the program's design, and scaling up rather than mismanagement. Okay, so here he seems to say that there could be losses, but they are because of exchange rate valuation, transnational effects associated with the program's design, and scaling up rather than mismanagement. 7, he says, direct counterattack against Alex Markin. Sammy Gyamfi challenges Alexander Markin, the minority leader, to substantiate his claims in Parliament and emphasize that the allegations are a calculated smear campaign. And then, during the press conference, Sammy Gyamfi spoke extempo and he spoke to journalists. According to those who saw it, it was reported, and I've seen in public media people commenting about it. I read Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah, for instance, commenting about Sammy Gyamfi, what they call personal attacks on Alex Markin. It shouldn't have been. I've seen Manasseh Azuri fighting with Oppong-Nkrumah that this is not the first time anybody has been personally attacked and that they are cherry picking, etc., etc. I've seen all that. But then Neelanthi van der Poel comes up. He's the aspiring chairman of the National Democratic Congress, former member of parliament for Dodo Diodio, former minister for sports, I should say, and also the former national DRIP coordinator. This is what he told City FM when he was asked about the tempo of the press conference on the Government Accountability Forum.
Conduct in communicating some of these things. But yesterday we also saw the chief executive of the Gold Board, and some have opined that the tone, even the minority leader later came out to say, right, and the choice of words, right, using words like brutal, using words like
drinking bar,
you know, the fusions of all manner of words were used. Now the point is that you are a senior
platform at the presidency, right?
Fair enough. You are a senior person in the governance architecture. You've served in parliament, you've been minister. Are those words you would use, for example, if you were communicating on a government position?
Well, you see, everyone has a style. Everyone has a style. And you are asking me.
No, has a style, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Everybody has a style.
Are those words you use?
No, I wouldn't use those words. I wouldn't use those words.
Fair enough.
But you see, by my communication background, I wouldn't want the person, because you are not speaking to only that person. You are speaking to many other people. So that one, I will sit here and apologize on behalf of Sammy Gyamfi. Even if he has not done that, I will do that. Because it's my boy. Sammy, it takes me as a senior person, just as you do. And I would say, he's not a communicator. He's not a communications expert like me. He hasn't done communication. I have done communication. And I know that by register, when you're talking, you are not talking to one person, you are talking to general number of people.
Neelante van der Poel. And check this out. NDC coordinators. Obviously, Mr. van der Poel is not fit to be NDC chairman. I'm totally shocked at this. I mean, why are they doing that? Neelante, since he spoke, came up for wide applause across the political divide. And now his people are telling him that you want to be our chairman, blah, blah, blah. We'll come to that conversation another day. We'll come to that. We just wanted to draw your attention to it. It's 1 minute past the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. Let's get to where we start the interview. Let's go to the minority leader statement. So after Sammy Gyamfi's statement, Alex Markin and the minority responded as follows. On Tuesday, 18th August 2026, the minority in Parliament addressed the press conference on the financial and operational performance of the Ghana Gold Board and on reported losses under the domestic gold purchase program. Today, Wednesday, 19th August 2026, government, acting through the Gold Board, responded at the Government Accountability Series. The minority has considered the full text of the response and states as follows. 1, that the Gold Board statement this morning confirms more than it refutes the fact. First, the loss is admitted. The chief executive does not dispute the IMF's finding that there is a loss of 1.7 billion or 22 billion, $1.7 billion US dollars or 22 billion Ghana cedis under the domestic gold purchase program in 2025. He disputes only who should be blamed. But this is public money, whichever state's balance sheet it sits on. Second, the fee arithmetic is now on the record. The chief executive tells us that the Gold Board accounted for 133 billion cedis in advances in 2025, and that it was paid an assay fee of 0.258% and a service fee of 0.5%. On those figures, the Gold Board earned in the region of 1 billion Ghana cedis in fees from the program. He also tells us that the Gold Board posted an operational surplus of 907 million. The plain implication of his own numbers is that the operational surplus he is celebrating is smaller than the fee income he collected from a program that lost the state 22 billion Ghana cedis. Strip out the agency fees and there is no operational surplus to speak of. That is the point he did not address, and it is the point he must now address. Third, referring to Sammy Gyamfi, they say he cannot claim the upside and disown the downside. The same statement credits the scaling up of the domestic gold purchase program with a 41% cedi appreciation, the rise in the reserves from 8.9 billion to 13 billion, and the fall in inflation. And the Gold Board has been foremost in taking public credit for those outcomes. An institution that claims authorship of the benefits cannot describe itself as a passive agent when the costs are counted. The funding position keeps shifting. By the chief executive's own account, responsibility for the program implementation cost moved from the Bank of Ghana to the Ministry of Finance in July 2026. And from August 2026, the Gold Board is seeking to raise funds independently. 3 funding arrangements in 6 months is not a settled model. We view this with curious eyes. The 22 billion Ghana cedi losses as reported by the IMF's 6th country report, numbered 26/213, issued in August 2024, amounts to a financial loss to the Republic. It must be counted for. Finally, on the tone of the press conference, they say, the chief executive's reference to a brothel does not belong in a statement issued by a public officer accounting for public funds. Ghanaians asked for figures. They were given insults. The figures are still outstanding. And it's signed by Osahene Alexander Kwame Afenyo Markin, who is the minority leader in Parliament. Now, at 5 minutes past 10 o'clock, permits me to go over now to the interview table where minority leader is seated and is ready to take your questions and our questions. Good evening, leader. Your statement seems to celebrate something. that the losses were confirmed. Tell us about that.
Well, Paul, good evening, and let me thank you for the opportunity to be on your program and to provide further clarity on matters that perhaps may still need clarity. Let me read a portion of the IMF report we relied on rather in extenso to cover all the areas so that the public would know that the minority does its research and does not just blow hot air. Again, for those other media houses who would want to do fact check, I would plead with them to read the IMF report, seek expert support in giving true meaning to it. Now, this is what...
First of all, who was the IMF writing to?
No, this is the report they've issued.
What is it for? The report is for...
No, the report is on Ghana. This IMF report, Ghana, selected issues.
So they publish on their website?
Yes, yes. Okay. This is selected issues, dated August 26th, that they served as a copy as a minority.
Okay.
Right. So this is what it says, where I'm quoting. Quote, in 2025, and this is paragraph 13, page 10 of the report. Quote, in 2025, the significant scaling up of the DGPP, that's the Domestic Gold Purchase Program, operations, led to losses of over $1.7 billion, which is 1.5% of GDP, almost entirely related to the gold for reserves dowry purchases. This amounted to a loss of 17% of the value of gold sold by BOG. Losses accrued on gold trade are a combination of service and asset fees paid to Gold Board, discount on gold sold to off-takers, and most importantly, exchange rate losses from spread between Forex Bureau rate paid to purchase gold and city reference rate used for BOG accounting, into brackets see figure 7. Now, it goes on to say, survey data suggests that Ghanaian artisanal gold mining, that ASGM, prices are among the highest in the region. These accounting losses partly reflect valuation effect rather than economic costs, but they still weaken the BOG balance sheet and imply transfer to recipient of FX at reference rate. I will stop there. Now, let me give you the breakdown. 1, the government has given an impression that there is always an economic cost to implementing a policy. I agree that there is always an economic cost. The Gold Board itself, in responding to us, argued that their activities have helped stabilize the city. That is what they said.
Yeah.
That they've sold so much gold and that has helped stabilize the city. Now, by that expression, they are suggesting that Ghanaians should forget about the costs and look at the benefits. But what the IMF is saying, that upon analysis of the whole transaction, the whole policy, the gaps they find, the loopholes, the weakness in the policy itself, okay, makes them conclude that the losses are as a result of some other inefficiencies.
They mentioned some of
It's there. Yes, that's the list they provided.
Okay, take us through it.
Oh, again, right. So they said exchange rate losses from the spread between Forex Bureau rate paid to purchase gold and the city reference rate used for BOG accounting.
What problem is that?
What they are basically,
So you
the
buy
analysis,
you take the money from BOG in cedis,
right?
Then you buy dollar rates from the gold people,
and then when they
say it's very expensive in the
right.
region. Okay, go on.
So they are saying that these accounting losses partly reflect valuation effect rather than economic costs. I just want to stay there and make some explanation. You see, they've always argued that there is always an economic cost, which I say I concede. That in implementing any policy,
like free SHS,
you would incur some cost. But the IMF is indicting that, questioning that position, is indicting them by saying that these losses are not as a result of the economic cost that you want Ghanaians to believe that yes, you are implementing, but at a cost. They are rather identifying that in the value chain of the transaction, certain challenges that you yourself, by way of your policy, you could not put in place to help you manage the whole program. The next point, the argument of the Gold Board chief executive is to the effect that these losses have nothing to do with Gold Board.
Yes, he makes that point.
Right. And that it's entirely the responsibility of Bank of Ghana. I would address both. One, it is factually inaccurate to argue that the losses are not attributable to Gold Board. Why do I say so? I draw my fortification from the report. In the report, the IMF says that losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and asset fees paid to Gold Board.
So the losses are at that level because some money was paid to Gold Board for asset fees.
This $1.7 billion amount is the losses that IMF identified in their audits, in their report, when the VOG itself opened its books. You know, these...
So it's like an audit they are doing?
Yes, virtually. And before they came out with their final report, they issued a draft report, which the government itself did not challenge. They don't just get up and issue this final report. So, on point one, the argument that the losses as registered in VOG books have nothing to do with Gold Board is inaccurate. That is not correct. Because the report itself is stating that these losses are as a result of the Gold Board asset fees paid to them. They paid
is
it
that
to
not
them.
a regular part of the business, paying the asset fees to the Gold Board person?
That is not the argument. We, in our press statement, question the policy. All right? You see, sometimes maybe people listen to social media and then they don't get the exact facts. So they get emotional and start attacking. The minority's position in response to this was to the effect that government gold for reserve policy has failed. Two, their initial argument that there is always an economic cost to implementing policy is neither here nor there because the loopholes, the inherent challenges in the implementation of the policy itself, okay, leading to this report that IMF says that, look, you have incurred certain losses and these losses are not attributable to economic costs. It was your failure in policy. And we said that yes, although these losses are in the books of Bank of Ghana, the IMF itself is saying, yes, we've identified the losses in the books of Bank of Ghana because Bank of Ghana, they audited. But the losses are as a result of the Gold Board activities and operations.
Like paying asset fees.
Of course. And then the exchange rate losses. Yeah. Right. It is not us.
Again, let me take you back.
Who are saying that?
Let me take you back. So when
but
we
these
say
are
losses,
the facts.
When we say losses from a report like that, do we mean the IMF identified X amount of money went into the Gold Board, the domestic purchase program, and X amount of money came out, and the difference is 1.7 billion? Is that what it means?
They have summarized that in effect, the trading activity in the whole transaction value chain, and they've listed all the fees and charges,
I
all of it combined to be.
But their starting point is a certain amount of money that was committed to this. Is that not their starting point?
No, that's not what they've said. They have rather given you a total amount of losses incurred which amounted to $1.7 billion, equivalent of 22 billion.
What are they subtracting from to get the losses?
Obviously, if they look at your transaction.
So they see how much money you put in it.
And yes.
And how much money you got out of it. And the difference
is what the losses that they have.
Okay, correct. I get that. So there's a clear loss on, you took 100 cedis into this project. You are bringing back 70 cedis. So there's a 30 cedi loss. Now, that loss, you are saying that as a minority, you concede that a policy may have losses. But this particular loss, you are saying that has been attributed to, I don't think dereliction of duty, but attributed to certain things that were not...
It's policy failure.
Policy failure.
Because
these losses are attributed largely to policy
failure.
Not
largely. If you say largely, it means that some...
Yeah, because you are conceding that there will be some
attributable
losses.
To policy failure.
Okay, and they are
that
pointing
is exactly,
to those places.
Yes, so let's read it again.
Right,
because
sometimes now we can go.
Right, so let's read it again. These accounting losses partly reflect valuation effect rather than economic costs. Now let me take you back.
Let's interrogate that. Valuation effect rather than.
Yes. Okay. So it's that line is giving effect to the explanatory notes that precedes it. So I will go back to the point again. It says, in 2025, the significant scaling up of the domestic gold purchase operations led to losses of over $1.7 billion, equivalent of 1.5% of GDP, almost entirely related to the gold for reserve purchases. All right? This amounted to a loss of 17% of the value of the gold sold by BOG. Then it goes further. Losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and asset fees paid to Gold Board. Let me stop there. And
Gold Board has been mentioned.
It's there. It's not me.
As being directly responsible for some part of the loss.
With respect, Paul, it is not a minority. It is not Afenyo Makin. It's not Afenyo Makin targeting somebody. It is not Afenyo Makin with respect who is manufacturing a story. I am not a member of the IMF. I am not a member of government. And I wasn't there when all these things were being prepared. And the IMF relied on data given it. Sometimes people also get it wrong. They say, oh, these multilateral institutions, they sit somewhere and they write their own report. No. They met them when they come to do their audit. It is the report, the data that our own source supplies them, that they analyze and come out with their report. Two, when they are done with the report, they don't just issue it. They meet with government officials. They met with them. And then, they discuss the drafts. Where the government has disagreement, government will say, no, this portion will disagree with you. So this report is a final product of consensus reached between the IMF and the government.
So this has not come as a surprise to either Bank of Ghana or Ministry of Finance.
Nobody should say that the minority is trying to make up a case. You see, you cannot be personal about this. It is a policy failure. And for us as opposition, we must relate this. Once the IMF says that these losses are attributable to the Gold Board operations and activities, we put out the fact. Now, granted without admitting, or let's say the losses are in the books of Bank of Ghana. So Gold Board itself admit that these are losses, but it is not in their books.
They said they don't sell.
With respect. Regardless, there are losses.
Yes.
All right? It's a financial loss to the states. You've not challenged it. What's the difference? I argue the alter ego principle. The trading activity, which was done by Gold Board, was financed by Bank of Ghana. You nominated them as your agent.
Who nominated who?
The Gold Board.
Nominated
in this context. BOG was their agent.
To sell.
Of course.
Okay.
And then in the end, because the funds came from them, the accounting is recorded in their books. you say that it has nothing to do with you. But you are benefiting from the gains, and you say that you are surplus, and you are citing it in your audited account to tell the public that, oh, look at my audited account, it is clean. That's not the way it works. It's a two-way traffic. And that is why the IMA was clear that, yes, they identified the losses in the books of BOG, but they realized that the losses were as a result of activities undertaken on behalf of Gold Board. So, Paul, let me give it a very simple explanation. Somebody going into your books, your bank account, and realizing that you have a negative balance, but realizes that you issued a check to Mr. A, and that payment out of your account into his account is a credit.
To him.
To him. Then Mr. A, you are B, you are A, then Mr. B, you issued a check. Your account is reflecting a negative balance, right? Mr. B has received money from you. It's in positive, correct?
Yeah.
If Mr. B says that, oh, as for me, look at me, I have 100,000 cedis. Mr. B should tell you where he got that money from. Is it a loan? If it's a loan, is it a free money? If it's free money, tell us. Then we do the accounting and know that the source of that money is this. Is that correct? Then we can have a complete picture. But what Gold Board is telling us is that don't ask me questions. We shouldn't ask them questions about the trading activities. All they are interested in is that, look, as for them, they register surplus. As to what happened to BOG, they don't want to know. That is not right.
Also, something like
in any event, they themselves originally said, oh, it appears the IMF did not even understand the transaction. That was the response of the Gold Board chief executive earlier, that questioned the IMF's understanding of the transactions. But if you had questions, it is not us that you direct the questions at. You direct the questions at the IMF. You get the point. So I don't understand all these.
Let me see whether another analogy will work before we go to the changing. 1 minute. Let me ask you, leader. So
why we shouldn't bring them in, and that why some people are even saying that, oh, the minority did not get it right. I'm sure those people have not read.
Let me do this analogy and see whether it fits with what you are saying. Maybe it's more simpler. So, like, Good Evening Ghana is Metro TV. So I go to Metro TV and I say, give me money, 10,000 cedis. I'm going to organize a program at British Council for Good Evening Ghana.
Correct.
I believe that people will attend the program. I'm charging 20 cedis. And if people attend the program, I'll get 20,000 cedis. I'll bring you back your 10,000. Then I go to the program and nothing happens. And I'm not able to pay Metro TV their 10,000. And then Metro TV has 10,000 losses. And then Metro TV say that this loss is because we financed Good Evening Ghana's program. And I say that, oh, it's not me. It's Metro TV who has lost the money.
But you are the beneficiary.
That's the kind of thing you are saying.
Exactly so.
Okay,
I mean,
so people can understand
by extension.
So why is the Bank of Ghana so quiet in all of this? And why didn't you mention the Bank of Ghana?
In our full press statement, we read the report. It is those state agencies, except that we only amplified the position of IMF that related it to the Gold Board. That is what IMF said. We said what the minority said was exactly what I have just read to you. IMF says that we have identified losses of $1.7 billion in the books of BOG. But these losses are attributable to Gold Board. Simpliciter. That's what we said. What else should we say? It's not a matter of you didn't mention this. You see?
So Bank of Ghana does not only do Gold Board, they do many other things.
They were very specific.
Yeah, I get your point. I'm making a similar point, whether it's correct. Bank of Ghana does many things. They do Gold Board, they support Ministry of Finance, they support many things. IMF comes to audit them and identifies a loss and says that this your loss, it is the Gold Board activity.
Simply, that is plain language.
And then Gold Board says that it's not me, it's Bank of Ghana. I got a surplus. That's where we are.
So for us, if Gold Board has anything to say, it should direct it at IMF, not us. Because this is plain language. It's not it's not technical. the selected issues, the section 13 or paragraph 13 of the report, page 10, is in plain language. We did not manufacture it. It is not the minority that is introducing Gold Board here. So all the winding explanations by government and by the Gold Board is neither here nor there. We just lifted the report. And all along, it is one simple statement we have made, that Gold Board has incurred these losses. It amounts to financial loss to the state. It is 1.9 billion USD, equivalent of 22 billion cedis, which we could have used to construct roads, build hospitals, schools, and even create fiscal space to employ more teachers and nurses. Now, we also came to that conclusion to disagree with government because the IMF went further to say that these losses cannot be considered as economic cost in the implementation of the policy. So now let's go back to the policy. What the IMF is saying that by the structure and design of the policy, these are the inherent weakness, okay, leading to these losses. If I were the Gold Board Chief Executive, I were government, I would rather commend the minority for being bold to amplify this, and rather in response say that, look, this was our first year of implementation. These are the weaknesses we identified, and we agree with the IMF. These are the steps we are taking to redeem the situation, but not attack. Now, if all is rosy, if the gold purchase program is doing well, why the reverse decisions? We know that the governor has made an announcement to the effect that they are no more going to finance this gold purchase program. That's what they have said.
They are pulling out from the policy.
Why did they pull out?
They have already announced the pullout.
Right.
So as we speak, they're out.
So, again, aren't we vindicated? And isn't IMF at least directing them to stay away from this, and haven't they publicly committed to that? Two, isn't Gold Board itself saying that they have entered into a new dispensation where they will now deal with, manage their own cash flow, forex? When they get their dollar in, they will do A, B, C, and D. We are not interested in what the cure. That one is a different matter. After a period, we will review and see whether or not you've been able to cure, and now the program is being implemented in a better way. But for now, what is under review is your year one of performance. Year one of performance is 2025. And those who audited you have come out with their verdict. The verdict is that you've incurred $22 billion cedi losses, and that you cannot justify it with economic cost to policy implementation. So all the loud noise about the fact that, oh, you brought in so much forex and that has stabilized the cedi and the economy is doing well, is not an argument that finds favor with the report before us. Because I'm sure government made all these arguments. But the bank at IMF, upon a holistic analysis of the entire transaction, identified that, look, you are paying so much charges here, there. These are identified weaknesses in the design of the policy. Now, let me also bring another important thing to your attention. When somewhere January, the minority read the interim report. You know, there was an interim report as of September, where the IMF initially talked about identifying $214 million. So when we met them, and then they brought it out
to us.
We met the IMF. It's a public knowledge. We published it. We put it out there in the news that we, the minority, met the IMF. And we asked questions. And indeed, this was confirmed to us at the time. Immediately they confirmed that to us. We put it out. And that is what resulted in our filing of a motion asking for a full hearing in this whole transaction so that there will be clarity. Now, you may recall that as soon as we held the press conference and pointed out the 15% fees being paid, there was an emergency joint board meeting between Gold Board and Bank of Ghana. And they immediately, in that board meeting, they reviewed the fees to 9% and subsequently held another meeting and reduced the fees further. Paul, sometimes our colleagues opposite must be a bit tolerant, be fair, and give us some credit. If everything was okay with it, why did they review from 15% to 9%? I'm not here to quote individuals who are in government and have problem with this transaction. I won't do that. I will remain focused and deal with the issues. If they say we are making empty noise, we are blowing hot air, why did they further reduce the fees to 5% and now wait for the 2027 budget? What they are going to do is to say that they are now going to factor all these charges in the budget as costs to stay so that they bring an expenditure item on this matter. So instead of paying attention to the issue, they believe that going to the gutters is a way out. Paul, I want to say something by way of conclusion. J.H. Mensah, of blessed memory, he was minority leader in the second parliament. He came under severe attack from government, the NDC. I recall, I was at UCC, Kivas. One morning, there was graphic front page, banner headline, where Tony Edu described J.H. Mensah. The headline was that J.H. Waboda Mensah. And the man accepted and said, J.H. Maboda Mensah, all reported by graphic, front page. What the attack is not new to me. It doesn't move me. All right? My predecessor, majority leader, Che Mensah, came under attack several times. I understand that as a leader in parliament, I have an honors tax to do heavy lifting for the party. Raise the issues, get them out, and expect that in the process, there will be attempts to bruise me. It's part of the game. This Gold Ball matter, when Kojo Oppong Nkrumah led the first press conference, the chief executive went personal, attacked him on Joy FM morning show, news file. Later on TV3, he attacked him and said, oh, Kojo doesn't know accounting. Meanwhile, Kojo did BCom at UCC.
I know that.
BCom is accounting.
Very much so.
Second, Aduna Osei Asare, a chartered accountant, a formidable politician, hard-working minister of state, now chair of public account. She was the first to raise this thing. And when she raised it, she also came under attack. Unprintable words were used to describe a person. Then I said no. And then our policy coordinating committee sat together, analyzed this whole thing and said, look, the caucus must state its position on this. I speak for the caucus. So if we raise it and somebody thinks that it is a failure market, that's okay. It is a failure market. I knew what was ahead of me the very day I took this position. So I'm not worried. I will stay focused. This is it. Government must account for the losses. Government must explain. Gold Board was the ultimate beneficiary of this and would remain at the doorstep of Gold Board and ask them questions. The losses are attributable to them. Again, we promise the people of Ghana that we will deal with this within the rules of Parliament. Fortunately, the Gold Board Chief Executive says he is ready to come to Parliament.
He said he's going to beg the new majority.
No, don't worry. I mean, it's okay. It's fine. We have filed the necessary processes. We don't just blow hot air. My colleagues have filed the motion. We have today at 12 noon, Paul, we filed a motion signed by respected Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, Tinubu Akodua, Jerry Shaib Ahmed, Vincent Asifua, Dr. Che Asamoah, and our ranking on finance, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam. We have put forward our argument. All the documents are tied there too for Speaker who has the power of admissibility to determine admissibility. This is not different from the earlier one that we filed and same was voted.
What is the motion asking for?
It's asking for, maybe I should read the terms of the motion. That this Honorable House, pursuant to Article 103 of the 1992 Constitution, and Standing Orders 204, 212, 213, 262, and 263, is moved to establish an ad hoc committee to investigate the circumstances under which the 1.7 billion US losses was incurred in gold trade transactions between Gold Board and the Bank of Ghana for 2025, and the circumstances under which the Bank of Ghana declared the loss at 9 billion cedis for the year 2025. Then we have stated the accompanying
so you're asking for the Speaker set up an ad hoc committee.
So since the Chief Executive has offered to come, I believe his party has heard him. We pray that the 189 majority will not stampede us.
Is that what happened the first time?
That is exactly what happened. They delayed, first of all, they delayed the motion for a long time. Each time we're going to take the motion, they will say they were not prepared. Eventually, after taking the motion, they whipped their numbers to vote against it. Fortunately, this time around, the Chief Executive says he would plead with his colleagues and the leader not to oppose. So it's good news for Democrats, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
So we will carry this motion eventually, I pray, an ad hoc committee set up. So all the parties in the value chain of this 22 billion losses as reported would now come. All right? We would invite the aggregators. Gold Board must bring all its books. Because they said they are ready. BOG must come. We would invite those we have to invite and have a live coverage, because 222 billion is huge sum. It's not.
You don't just want the motion to succeed, so you have an ad hoc committee. You also want a live coverage.
No, but they have been calling for transparency.
Yes.
The live coverage of proceedings.
Who's going to permit that? Who's going to allow that? The Speaker?
No. But it's in the interest of democracy.
I get that, but is it part of the motion to ask for a live coverage?
No, we don't need to. It's consequential. It's consequential. And with the level of public interest in this matter, we can't go into some corner bar and go and do this. There must be a live,
so Ghanaians can hear for themselves.
Can hear how much is being charged, who are the aggregators, how much went into them, the exchange rate losses, how much gold was shipped, who bought them, and all of that. BOG, the same data they gave to the IMF, they bring it before Parliament. Let's analyze everything. All right? If indeed, as they want us to believe, perhaps IMF did not do a good job, and IMF did not understand, and by extension, we also don't understand, let us do it. A 5-member committee, ad hoc committee, a 7-member ad hoc committee, or 9-member ad hoc committee. These are the discretion of the Speaker, who will say that it is 9-member committee. Minority, by your numerical strength, bring 3 people or bring 4 people. Majority, bring 5 or whatever. They will have the highest numbers. Then, before the cameras, Chief Executive Gold Board comes to make his case. Aggregators come and make your case. There are various institutions that are involved, how they sold it, bring your books and all of that. And then parliamentarians, as part of their oversight, would then have the opportunity to analyze the whole policy. And we can do our report. The people of Ghana can judge. At that point, we'll be able to come to a conclusion whether or not there were decisions that could have been taken to prevent these losses, then we would determine whether or not indeed the policy failure as concluded by the IMF is indeed true. For now, we are relying on these losses to make these demands. We would come to a fair conclusion after we have interrogated the matter in a very transparent manner. And Paul, we have the expertise as minority. Our side will sit down and select those who understand this. We have them, okay, to face the institutions of state as part of the accountability process and demand it. And when we're done, everybody will know who is telling the truth. But for now, I expect all commentators to be fair to the truth. This is the only thing we are relying on. Nothing else. They should also read what we have read. And if anywhere in the report they claim that Gold Board is not connected to the losses, they should tell us. This is our source document. We've not said anything else. Simplicity.
Your last question I'll be asking you after we hear from social media is, people said that at the press conference you also threatened Sammy Gyamfi about bail, and some people say that it was a joke. There's a fight on social media. Okay. I'll ask you that later. Hold it. Let me come to you, social media. Who should I start? What questions are they asking Alex Markin? Fatty first, yeah. Okay, Fatty.
All right. Thank you, Paul. So the comment section is going well. Can I says the BOG saga just defies every basic accounting principle, and I don't know the agreements that they had prior to their operations. This raises a question. Supposing Gold Board were pre-financed by a private bank to start purchasing gold, could Gold Board declare a surplus on its books before settling the seed capital used to fund its operations? Furthermore, would that private bank be required to write off the lent amount as loss in its own financial statement? General Your comment says, Afenyo Markin is a whole institution leader. We salute you. Keep up the good work. And do not mind Sammy Gyamfi. He's on an excursion and not doing any serious work at the Gold Board. Yao February says, per the Gold Board Act, Gold Board is the institution to price, buy, and sell gold. So if the Bank of Ghana has a policy like gold for reserve through DGPP, and the Gold Board is trading the gold for the DGPP, then the loss of 22 billion Ghana cedis, an extension to Ghanaians to pay. So if the IMF has cautioned the government on the $1.7 billion loss to the DGPP to be relooked at and minimize the loss, then the government has also accepted the loss is outrageous. So Gold Board is the entity to be blamed. Master Planner Junior from Kentampa says, the Gold Board CEO can keep insulting people and maintain the arrogant posture, but he should remember Emre Yendin Kaso. Chris Ada says, don't be surprised that the entire NDC and this government especially are raining insults on the minority leader, Afenyo Markin, because the Gold Board has become a conduit where most of their financial obligations to their supporters and allies are being met. So touching it will affect their plans and the money they are making from that sector. Nene Kabo says, I don't understand why Sammy Gyamfi and the NDC are attacking the honorable minority leader. Instead of dealing with the issues raised by the IMF, they are gradually turning the argument into personality contest, of which the Gold Board CEO now comes nowhere. And lastly, coming from Abdul, it says, if Sammy Gyamfi has answers to the issues raised by the IMF, then he should write to the IMF and challenge the accuracy of its statement. What do you have for us, Kia?
Thank you very much, Fatih. This is coming from Hajzi. He says, tell the minority leader that the good people of Ghana love him, and we are okay with everything he does. Nana Boachi says, good evening, Paul. It is interesting, surprising, and certainly nauseating to see how the NDC is shaking and has activated all the noisy arsenals to defend Sammy Gyamfi. Honorable Afenyo Markin, keep pressing them. We are behind you. Eric Kebwedi says, Honorable, God bless you. You've said it all. Ngozi Ikechuku says, good evening, Mr. Paul. Please tell Osahini that we love him and we like what he's doing. He should continue to do what he's doing and then help bring the NPP back to power. General E.L. Coleman says, Honorable Afenyo Markin is a whole institution, a leader. We salute you. Keep up the good work and do not mind Sammy Gyamfi. He is on an excursion and not doing anything serious to work at Good Board. When your policy strategy is weak, the IMF reports will always expose you. Over to you, Ella.
Thank you. All right. So Toby says, one shot's fired and NDC is taking cover. They haven't seen anything yet. Yafabi says, if Gold Board has noticed the 22 million Ghana cedis loss of DGPP contains about 80% of the variation of the exchange rates, why is Gold Board not competing with any entity to price, buy and sell gold, and also fighting smuggling but pricing trading gold for Bank of Ghana DGPP would have generated 22 million Ghana cedis loss? In addition, why is the discount on the DGPP gold for off-takers part of the 22 million Ghana cedis loss, but Gold Board's own discount to off-takers for the dollars for commercial banks and Bank of Ghana to support Forex market intervention not generating loss? What Gold Coast is saying makes absolutely no sense. Yao says, the interesting news is that this Galamsey NDC government is already on their way out of power come 2028, God willing. And every single deal of the corrupt Galamsey Gold Board government will be probed in a manner that even the president and Ibrahim Mahama will have to have questions to answer for. God save Ghana. Yao Marvin in Kwesi Intinim. Greetings to Honorable Bonzoke. Also from Mohammed, he says, why is Sammy Gyamfi not talking about Galamsey when that is all he preached about? Lastly, Nanayao says, I'm surprised to hear that the Gold Board's name is in the report because all the media houses are not doing any research. They are just taking what the government appointees come to say on their platforms. This IMF report is available. Why is the media quiet? Thank you very much, Paul, for this enlightenment and this interview. Back to you, Paul.
Wow. Messages to one from Lawyer Edie says that NDC appears determined to tear down our vulnerable leader. Lawyer Edie is an MPP member. Our vulnerable leader, Osahene Afenyo Markin. We must rally firmly and stoically behind him. He says this is not time for equivocation. The party, the MPP, must do more, much more, to defend its leaders, protect its institutional integrity, and ensure that no one is allowed to weaken the very structures upon which our collective strength is based. Everyone has now seen that the MPP loves Ghana more relating to this Gold Board transaction. Okay, somebody is sending me text. He says, please urgently look at this. Neil Ante has been made to apologize. Okay, that's another conversation. Dr. Daniels, thank you very much for watching. The Honorable Minority Leader, let me come to the, or you have something to say?
Yes, I have some further explanation on something. Mm-hmm. You see, again, I noticed that in the submission of the Gold Board Chief Executive, he argued that there are other players in the domestic gold purchase program. That can't be true. Mm-hmm. The reason is very simple. In the legislation establishing Gold Board, the law conferred upon it a complete monopoly. Exclusivity. In the purchase of artisanal gold. Yeah. So it is both a buyer and a regulator. So the law conferred upon it the power to regulate the entire sector.
And automatically buy all.
And also to buy all. So if you argue that there are other players, it can't be true.
He said that in his press conference?
Yes, and this is actually captured. If you read the Bank of Ghana report, it says, survey data suggests that Ghanaian ASGM, that's artisanal gold mining prices, are among the highest in the region.
Yeah.
So they are telling us that be careful. Our artisanal gold, in other words, even gold that is bought from Galamsey, there's another argument. Mm-hmm. We have said that the gold purchase program itself and the way Gold Board was structured by law allowed for more Galamsey activities. This has been confirmed by the TUC, Organized Labor, in their 2025 May Day submission, the Secretary General boldly told the nation that since the assumption of the new government, NDC, Galamsey activities have gone up. Graphic Corporation, Graphic, on its front page last week, also echoed the extent to which Galamsey was destroying our environment. Several other studies have come out with alarming figures to suggest that Galamsey activities have scaled up. And we have contended as minority that the way the Gold Board activities have been structured, where no distinction is made between regularly mined artisanal gold and Galamsey gold, allows for a complete, increase in the Galamsey activities, such that Gold Board appears to be desperate for gold. You give money to aggregators, the aggregators get into the forest, get into the bush, get to the riverside, all they demand, we want gold. The aggregators do not come and tell Gold Board that Gold Board, we got this from Galamseyers. We got this from regularly artisanal miners. What they bring, you pay. Gold Board does not have a regulation. And this was one of the things we raised in Parliament. And they didn't mind us. They passed the bill at midnight. You see, I said in Parliament that our friends in the majority should not take us for granted. Paul, I can say that my colleagues, the 87 of us, research is what we do. From day one, all the trainings we had, the clear position we took was that, look, we don't have the numbers. Let's do research so that when we are arguing, we'll be well fortified. That is what we've all been doing. And we don't just come out and speak. That is one of the things that make us stand firm, unsoiled, and unshakable. So when I'm talking, I know I am on solid foundation. Before a statement like this comes out, it goes through a process. Our flag bearer would have to look at it. There's a tripod. The flag bearer's office, made up of experts, would have to look at it. The party machinery, with its directorates, with experts, look at it. And we, the caucus, have our colleagues. There are various platforms we debate. Somebody will go, check this data, check this, add that. So we don't just get up and come out and speak anyhow. Because MPP is a conservative party, very careful about its image. It wouldn't want to go out there and somebody will say, fact check, minority is wrong. Anybody who dares to come out to say we are wrong is himself doing mischief. And I submit, because we are on firm grounds. Any media house that will say that minority got something wrong is doing mischief, because that media house will not be doing justice and doing fairness to the whole to the whole process, because we did a lot of work. And what I came out to present was as a result of good, excellent work done. We crossed every T. I wish I took a video to show the back room. When the morning I took the report, I said, no, let me be double sure, because we know the public out there, they will scrutinize. Checked every data, made sure every information. I checked myself with my pen, underlined, crossed every T, made sure what we were releasing to the public would be unquestionable. So we are not lazy politicians who, because of partisan convenience, will come out there and throw things. We won't do that. I won't risk it. Let me conclude with something that the Gold Board Chief Executive said. His own report. You see, he was telling Ghanaians that, Auditor General has done audit.
Yes.
And everything is clean. Everything.
They have surplus.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, a book no lie. Mm-hmm. Page 11 of the report that he showed to the public.
The one he was relying upon.
That is correct.
Auditor General.
That is correct. Mm-hmm. Let's read page 11. Responsibility of the Board of Directors for the financial statement. This is what the Auditor General said. Quote, the authorities board is responsible for the preparation and fair presentation of these financial statements in accordance with International Public Sector Accounting Standard, into bracket IPSAS, Public Financial Management Act of 2016, Act 921, and its enabling regulation 2019, and in a manner required by Gold Board Act 2025, as well as the applicable accounting standard, and for such internal control as the authority determines necessary to enable the preparation of financial statements that are free from material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error. In preparing the financial statement, the board is responsible for assessing its ability to continue as a going concern. It goes on and on and on. My point is that if you say the auditors that you are saying that they did an audit, this disclaimer, this is largely a disclaimer by the auditor, telling you that you are responsible for the preparation of your own account. That the report that they analyzed, they did not
based
source
on what you give them.
Exactement.
Okay.
Exactement.
So the auditor is saying that I have finished my work based on what he gave
What
me.
you gave me.
But you, the reader, please be aware that the report came from them.
Paul, it is good to read.
But is it not a standard audit practice?
No, I'm saying that. So then don't go around to say that the auditor has cleared you, because, you see, there are two stages where an auditor comes to you and deals with raw data. Bring me your bank statement. Bring me your receipt, purchases, checks. You say you have a property. Bring me the land document. Then he's gathering all the data. Then he is doing his own analysis. What this disclaimer is saying is that you are responsible for your report. So, you know the good news? The good news is that with the hearing, the public hearing, we will now demand the primary data and juxtapose it against the management report they gave the Auditor General and ask our questions. We have chartered accountants.
So you're going to turn that into a forensic audit then?
No, we are not talking forensic. We are doing oversight. We are not forensic auditors. What we are saying is that we want to analyze the entire, gold purchase program. It's a policy. The IMF has concluded that the policy has structural inefficiencies leading to these losses. The IMF is saying that the losses are not as a result of economic costs. You recall that my good friend Senor Hossi in the early days and some others argued in the early days that there is always an economic cost to policy implementation,
yes.
which I have said I agree. There should be some cost, but you have to measure that cost and determine whether or not that cost, juxtapose it against the gains, it is worth going into it. You've analyzed all the risk and all that. My point is that from what IMF is saying, I have not had the benefit of perusing their primary data. I'm relying on the IMF report. They are saying that this thing is not, the losses cannot be as a result of economic costs. So there are some structural challenges, design problems, and Professor Bobkin, Legon, the economics professor, has also reiterated that point, that he thinks that the domestic gold purchase program, which is being spearheaded by the Gold Board, has structural problems and is going to lead to some losses. And if they don't redesign the program and make it viable, it's going to lead us nowhere. They are denying that. So I believe that once Gold Board itself has agreed that there is a need for a transparent oversight by Parliament, and I believe that as he spoke, the majority in Parliament have heard him. The last time we were stampeded. We pray that this time there will be no numerical stampeding where they say they are 189, they whip all of them to deny us the 87th opportunity to go into the books. So we are going to interrogate this, ask questions about the surplus, ask questions about why 2 days to the end of year, they now got the 4-point-something billion cedis, what has happened to it, how that was used, what were the gains, etc., etc. And the Ghanaian people will come to a fair conclusion. We are committed to that. Now let me come to
the question I was asking.
The issue. You see,
was it
I said it on a very lighter note, but I also mean it. Let me explain again. We are dealing with losses. Once the state incurs a loss in implementing a policy, it is a financial loss to the state. And somebody would have to be responsible for decisions taken there too. Now, I wasn't directly attacking anybody, all right? I was rather stating the fact that, look, today, you in NDC, a lot of my colleagues are under investigation. A lot of former appointees are under investigation. Some of them, as a leader, I know, they say, oh, he took a certain decision, the board approved some transaction, and then there's a loss of some 5 million, 10 million, and all of that. I know. Some of them are worried. It's not a crime they've committed, but the state is investigating certain activities leading to losses. They go to Yoku, and then they are made to post very onerous bail. Some of them, they say, bring 50 million, bring property worth 100 million, and they sleep in Yoko for days. I was only drawing the attention that, colleagues, you are in government. Bear in mind that you will make mistakes. It's natural. You are human. In governance, there is no perfection. However hard you try, you will make some mistakes. There will be some decisions you may mean well, but in the end, something may go bad. So think about a China, so that if tomorrow somebody picks something and say, hey, 22 billion, and the state is asking you questions, then they say, okay, yesterday you demanded bail of a certain magnitude, so you should also go and bring 22 billion. I was just, I get it, saying it on a lighter note, but not to specifically say somebody has committed a crime. I have to be fair. We have not done. You are not alleging that. We are no. I would be fair, my brother. I would be fair. We are demanding answers until Parliament peruses and comes to a conclusion. It will be unfair for me to call somebody out and say ABC. I must be fair. I am demanding fairness from government. So I needed to make that point to also draw the attention. Because obviously, Paul, the way and manner our friends in government are handling all of us, our colleagues, is bad. I have argued consistently that demand accountability. As for post-regime accountability, nobody can run away from it. You come into government, you take decisions after 4 years, after 8 years, whether you like it or not, even if it is your own government succeeding itself, there will be some form of accountability. If accountability is not demanded after leaving office, CSOs, the way they are vigilant, will demand accountability even as you are in office. The media will demand accountability. So perhaps accountability must not just be looked at as post-regime, exercise. In all of these, all of us must be careful. So I was only urging my colleagues to be careful, because the way they are treating MPP, I go to Yoko. Do you think I'm happy going to sit at Yoko? Sometimes you go and stand there for hours. Some of your colleagues, you need them to come and debate. The time you need them for debate, they are reporting to BNI. I'm not questioning that. All I'm saying is that give the law and its enforcement a human face, so that tomorrow, if anybody is also demanding accountability from you, at least you can use it as a reference point that, oh, when you were in office, you used a human face to implement. But if you are extremely harsh on unreasonable, you make it difficult for moderates in MPP to also argue that, oh, Mayan sir, Paul, you are sitting here. You know how much effort I made as a majority leader in trying to restrain things. I can't say that in public.
I know.
All right?
I know.
Sometimes I feel bad when our friends forget that only yesterday we were all there for them and we said that even if you are going through difficulty, there must be a human face to it. And our own party bashed us for being too reasonable. So I stand on moral grounds when I'm pointing to them that, guys, after 2 years, President Mahama,
2.5.
2.5. President Mahama is exiting. He's doing his bit. When he leaves, nobody knows how 2028 will go. But if we are political actors,
No, but they have a large majority.
Don't worry. Look, the history of this country should guide every politician. Let me take you back. In the second parliament, where J.H. Mensah came in with his 61 colleagues, NDC had 133, super majority. This is not the first time they are smelling super majority. In just 4 years, the election that brought Kufuor, MPP turned its minority into majority. We had 102. Put that aside. Fast forward. In 2012, we had 125. In 2016, we had 169. All right? We thought heavens have opened for us forever. We took things for granted. In just 4 years, we woke up the next day to 137. See how we struggled. The NDC that everybody thought NDC is broken. Oh, they can't come back. Our presidential vote reduced by half. Akufo-Addo won 2016 with over 1 million. In 2020, after all the good things we did, look at COVID, how we spent the project, free SHS implementation, only to wake up to see that our majority has been reduced to 137. We struggled in parliament. I was deputy majority leader, became majority leader. I know how I struggled. We lost the speakership. Now, Akufo-Addo, it took the grace of God to go through the 4 years. Because parliament, when parliament is strong, no government can, run over parliament.
E-levy was thwarted.
Right. Now, today, our friends get the impression that, oh, all is good. Oh, 189 there. Ebi wom. 189 is ebi wom pa. Oh, these people, they can't defeat us. It's okay. I am telling them that be measured how you maltreat us. If today you are insulting Afenyo Market, using unprintable words on my person, hiring social media people going to sit at studios of FM stations, TV stations, use vulgar language. The very thing that if you give them a snap, a Bible, a Quran to swear, whether it is true, they cannot. They are saying it for politics. I won't question you. I won't say anything. I won't sue you. But bear in mind that which you cherish melts. That one day, that is why in a noble society that I'm familiar with, it says that though distinctions amongst men exist to preserve subordination, ought no eminence of situation make you forget that we are brothers. For he who is placed at the lowest ebb of fortune's wheel is equally entitled to our regard. As a time will come, the wisest of men knows not how soon, when all distinctions, save those of goodness and mercy, a virtue, shall cease, and death, the grand leveler of all human, I lost the line, shall reduce us to the same state. Now, today you are in office. If yesterday I misconducted myself and disrespected my friends in opposition, I wouldn't have the moral authority to call and say, bro, you are wrong. I honored them. I respected them. They know. Sometimes they can't say it publicly, but they know that Afenyo Market respects brotherhood. I respect a code. I don't dishonor friendship. We are doing politics. I'm the minority leader. I will do my work. But in so doing, I have due regard for your office. So if you think today you have the power, abuse me, it's okay. I won't go to court. I won't say anything back. You can say that, oh, you're undermining me and say whatever. J.H. Mensah went through worse. Chairman Sabons went through West. My brother are too forcing. Sometimes, we are mobile. Minority leader. It's not an easy office. Minority leader. Sometimes you can be lonely. When everything is going round, you have to do the heavy lifting. I'm ready to do heavy lifting for this party MPP. My stepfather fought for the party. My mom fought for the party. My daddy suffered for the party. And it's my turn. I will fight for the party with a clear mind. And I won't shake. What we are telling the people of Ghana about these losses is the truth. Nothing more, nothing less. We expect the NDC to be reasonable in coming, eat humble pie, and admit that indeed policy failures resulted in this. So that perhaps we can look at the way forward. But to be attacking us, I will stay there, deal with the issues, and pursue it. However lonely I may become, I am doing this for the party, and the right thing will be done. Thank you very much.
Whilst you're here, Alex Markin, very articulate as usual, but this is quite an emotional Alex Markin presentation. Let's preserve our politics. That's all we have. Alex Segbefia said the law is all we have. Let's preserve it. Let me get your attention for the National Identification Authority and business institutions, service providers. The National Identification Authority wishes to inform the public and all institutions that a new law, LI 2523, has introduced important changes to how the Ghana card identities are verified. Under the new requirement, biometric verification is now the principal means of confirming the identity of a Ghana card holder. So what does this mean? Do not rely only on the photograph or physical appearance of the person presenting a Ghana card. Where the biometric verification is required, you must use the NIA-approved biometric verification system. You should also not photocopy, scan, retain copies or images of the Ghana card or rely on ocular or visual inspection alone. Please take note, carrying out verification through unauthorized copies or ocular inspection is an offense under LI 2523 and is punishable by penalties of up to 2,000 penalty units for a body corporate and up to 1,000 penalty units for a partnership or other undertaking, payable by each partner or responsible person. If your institution or business or agency verifies, identifies, then take the next step and onboard onto the NLA identification verification platform. The transition period for institutions to onboard runs from 27th of July to 2nd November 2026, but institutions are encouraged to start their compliance preparations now. The changes are designed to strengthen identity security, prevent impersonation. For more information, please visit the identification at nia.gov.gh. ID verification at nia.gov.gh or call the NIA today on 0302 999 306 0302 999 306. Maybe the NIA should come in for an interview and then we can talk about this. It's 30 minutes past 11. We still have Bonzoke. Minority Leader, will you pray for us? Okay, you don't need to. Let me take Minority Leader, take your leave. You have to give me a date to present my book to you in your office, so I'll wait for that. But thank you very much. We called him a very short notice.
Thank you for having me. I would say that in some other places, minority leaders or opposition members are in prison. They are beaten.
Yeah.
So in Ghana,
we are better off.
In Ghana, we are better if it's all about insult.
Yeah.
It's better.
It's better.
So we'll manage the insult for now.
Thank you very much.
But we'll raise the issues.
That was Alexander Afenyo Markin. Always a pleasure to talk to him. Let's see what the people are saying on text message. And coming into the studio all the way from Elembele constituency, Bonzoke. He heard my call. He's here in the studio. We'll do 10 minutes with him. It's going to be a jamboree. Hold on. Who is speaking first? Fatih, you first. Yeah, leader.
All right. Thank you, Paul. So Gustiman says it's worrying to see some NDC communicators maintain the same arrogance and disrespect even after gaining power. Erica J., who once labeled Nanado as a connection man and attacked him relentlessly, is now on radio threatening the minority leader. This raises a serious question. Is this the political culture we want to hand over to the next generation? Politics should be about ideas, accountability, and service, not insult, intimidation, and personal attacks. When young people watch political communicators behaving this way, many talented and decent people will simply conclude that politics is not a place for them. I have one in town saying, I think it's about time the NPP rise up to these guys and defend our minority leader with all our might. From our Sanji, it looks Sammy Gyamfi has surrounded himself with a lot of things, and nobody will stop at nothing to go toe-to-toe and bunkers with anyone who dare take him on. And once his ego is touched, they come at you with brute force. Master Planner Jr. from Kintampo comes again to say the next NDC party in opposition with minority in parliament will face very serious challenges due to the precedents they are setting. Kudos to Honorable Afenyo Markin and the mighty minority. Isaac Kojo says every literate Ghanaian must take interest in the reading of the IMF reports. Civil society and labor unions in particular must not sit unconcerned. Ghana belongs to all of us, and it's our collective duty to pay attention to such critical national service. And lastly, coming from eBay Affair, he says Honorable Afenyo Markin should remain resolute and know that he has unflinching support. He should keep up the good work and ignore those personal attacks from that immature Sammy Gyamfi. What do you have for us, Akia?
Thank you very much, Fatih. This is coming from Sami Boache from Asaman Kese. He says, today, Sammy Gyamfi and the NDC replied to legitimate questions that Ghanaians raised on accountability with insults. So this $1.7 billion is incurred by whom? IMF or Gold Board? Ghanaians want to know. Mahama has failed and disappointed the good people of Ghana when it comes to the implementation of their own flagship policy. How can you sell gold and lose with this whooping $1.7 billion on gargantuan dollars? Only the NDC established the economy on paper. What has changed today? We are still asking questions about the 24-hour economy, Women's Bank automatic posting, the cancellation of the licensure exam, the construction of the boreholes across the cocoa farms in Ghana as we speak. The electricity bill has increased, the water bill has been increased, fuel prices and many more. The system is hot. Power is temporary. 2028 is just around the corner. Regards to Dr. Bawumia, the next president, Nana Boache, Justin Kudia Frimpong, and Hajia Safia Mohammed. Nana also says, Paul, JDM told the whole nation that nobody sells gold and incurs losses. With the current price of gold, Sami must therefore be making a profit rather than the $1.7 billion loss reported incurred by the Gold Board. How is that possible? Ghanaians deserve a clear explanation. Nana Boache says, good evening, Paul. It is interesting, surprising, and certainly nauseating to see how the NDC is shaking and has activated all its noisy arsenals to defend Sammy Gyamfi. Afenyo, keep pressing them. We are behind you. This is also coming from Ajiwuddin Nana Jumo. He says, if Sammy Gyamfi has answers to the issues raised by the IMF, then he should write to the IMF and challenge the accuracy of the statement. On the Gold Board Bank of Ghana controversy, who exactly is responsible for the reported 22 billion losses? Sammy Gyamfi must be very careful with the explanations and provide clear answers to these difficult questions, rather than shifting the blame. Ghanaians deserve the full truth, transparency, and accountability. Finally, coming from Nana Ampim, he says, happy birthday to the most charming and adorable woman, the incoming First Lady of Ghana in 2029, Hajia Samira Bawumia. Enjoy your evening, ma'am. Over to you, Paul.
Thank you. About Alex Creason, he says, the NDC have turned the politics into a game of insults and disrespect to the elderly. Soon we shall match them boot for boot. They are not factual, they always shift subjects. How Sammy Gyamfi turns the issues to target and attack the vulnerable Afenyo Markin is such a shame to us as the youth. Sir, please you are right. The real essence of the gold for oil being short-term intervention has been misplaced. They renamed it Gold Board and think it can be a forever solution. They don't just get it at all. Now they don't want to take the losses from failures, but want to take the praises as well. Funny. Leader, we the MPP youth and the youth of Ghana really love what you are doing. Keep it up, honorable leader. Bennett Dancer says the Honorable Afenyo Marking in the minority caucus shouldn't despair despite the deliberate attempts by the NDC babies with sharp teeth to insult them. They should continue putting the president and his appointees on their toes. Today, there is a revelations from Mustafa is that the appointees have started getting rich. My advice for them is that as they are getting rich, they should also prepare themselves for the day of accountability when the tables definitely turn. This one also says, Apostle Paul, we're watching you live. From Hajizi, he says, Sammy Chemfi thinks the office he's occupying is his family's entity. Whatever he does, nobody has the right to question him. Just a couple of years ago, he was all over the rivers holding press conferences. So what has changed? The Ghanaians cannot question him now. The same Ghanaians he manages their taxes. Nana also says, for the last several months, Ghanaians have died in car accidents in the Accra Kumasi Highway, yet the minister, the president, or even his spokesperson has made no mention publicly or consoled the family members. We all witnessed how Nanado was hounded by the NDC for every single mishap during his tenure. What is good for the goose is definitely good for the gender. Lastly, from Mohammed, he says, I don't understand why NPP communicators are so soft when official issues like this come up, making it look as if Sammy Jemfi and his NDC are tin gods above questioning and own the monopoly to insults. Back to you, Paul.
Okay, welcome back to the show. And last Tuesday, I stood here. Can we see some of the videos from Takrade? And it was a glorious return to Elembele. Yeah, there you go. That's Bonzoke dancing up there. Do you have some sound for us? You can put some sound at the back. Yeah, that's Bonzoke. Viewers, if you can still hear me. Bonzoke is cheering. And if you look at this grand arrival, yeah, thank you, producer, for that. If you look at the grand arrival, you will feel that Bonzoke has won a presidential election, but he contested for the secretaryship of Western Region and he won. And he was returning to his people and they were cheering him on like mad. I mean, this is, yeah, there you go. That's Bonzoke. So I called up Bonzoke live from television. I said, Bonzoke, come. And then he sent me a text that really embarrassed me, you know. He said to me that, oh, Paul, you don't remember me from Commonwealth Hall. I was on your campaign team. And I said, oh, my goodness, that's 100 years ago. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to welcome into the Good Evening Ghana studio, Bonzoke. How you doing, man?
34 Kewa.
Yeah, 34 Kewa. But why that rousing welcome? Why did they think you were going to lose and you won by a slim margin, or why that?
No, I actually won by a bigger margin.
Yeah.
58%. Mm-hmm. And they were excited.
They were?
Yeah, very.
Why didn't you run for regional chairman then? You're very popular.
I prefer to be secretary.
You want to be secretary?
Yes.
But you are very popular in Elembele. So why are you leaving Elembele to go to the region? Who takes over the parliamentary seat for the MPP party?
One of the best form of leadership is to have a succession plan. Mm-hmm. And I believe that we have a succession plan in Elembele. Mm-hmm. So in 2008, when Honorable came in, he was quite young, mm-hmm. and then he unseated then Elembele Mugabe for the play. Mm-hmm. He was my godfather.
Okay.
He was my godfather, my boss. Mm-hmm. So we'll have another young man coming up.
So MPP hasn't won Elembele since 2008?
Yes, I was the first parliamentary candidate of MPP.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Previously it was CPP.
Yeah, Freddie Blay ran for CPP. Yes. MPP was not running in those days.
Yeah. So, because Freddie was a Great Alliance candidate in 96.
Yeah.
So he went on for 4 elections.
Okay.
Yes, and I actually helped manage 3 of those elections.
I see.
2000, 2004, 2008.
So it's Ama Kofi Boah beatable? Very
beatable.
Are you sure? He's a very powerful minister for lands.
Well, there's always a diminishing returns.
There's always diminishing returns.
Yes.
This will be. Is he running? Do you know whether he's running for 2020?
I can't tell for now.
Okay.
Whether he runs or not, we are ready for Elembele.
But what happened? How did the party lose so many seats in Western Region in 2024?
I think we lost most of the seats due to internal wranglings.
Internal wranglings within the party?
Yes, within the party.
Oh, I see.
Because most of the seats that we lost are traditional seats, like Sekendi, Eskedo Keten, Shama, Kosimintim, Anta West, even Takwa and Swahim.
Oh, lost Takwa and Swahim?
Yes. These are
These are stronghold MPP.
Traditional seats. We never lost in those areas. We never lost in Takwa and Swahim. We never lost in Sekendi. In fact, Kosimintim only used to be a fair Kosimintim. Back then, we used to call it Florida. Anytime the results came, it will meet any lead the NDC has.
I see.
But The 2024 election, there were a lot of issues internally within the various constituencies. And that, I would say, resulted to most of our losses.
So there was a low voter turnout. There was massive over there.
Yes. Most of the votes dropped because the opposition didn't vote, didn't come out to vote.
So if some of those seats had maintained 2020 votes, would NPP have won?
They would have won.
So similar to the national outlook.
Yes, similar to the national outlook.
If Dr. Bawumia had gained the same votes as 2020, in spite of the voter appreciation by the registration, he still would have beaten John Dramani Mahama.
Yes.
But that was the same situation in the Western region. How are you confident that now that you are secretary of the region and you met Dr. Bawumia today, was it a good meeting?
Very good meeting.
He was happy to see all of you, the new executives?
He was very happy, and we also assured him of our support, our flinch loyalty to his candidature. From my personal experience, our elections in Ghana is more parliamentary than presidential. Because the more seats you win, then it becomes the presidential becomes a bonus, like a byproduct. And then by 11 to 12 midnight, about 90% of the parliamentary seats are declared. But that's more local.
Yeah.
For all those 4 elections I've contested, by 10 midnight, I know
where the parliamentary situation is.
Exactly. So, and going to 2028, like the minorities that just said, we have 87 seats in parliament. We need about 140 seats to be able to overturn the majority the NDC has.
You may keep the 87 and add another 67, 70.
Yes, about 60 seats. So it's a tall order, but it's doable, especially in Western region. Currently, we have only 2 seats out of 17. But there are 7 of them that if we put our house together as a party, which is what we are going to do, we should be able to take them back.
That gives you 9.
That gives us 9.
Majority.
Yes, and then we'll look for 2 or 3 others to add to it.
What about Western North? That used to be part of Western region.
The dynamics of Western North keep changing.
Okay.
Because there's a huge influx of settler farmers doing cocoa. Even in the West, the northern part of Western region, and Memphis, and my own constituency. So these are areas that we need to look at.
And you need to work on them.
Need to work on them. The candidates that are coming up, how they connect with the grassroots. That's what matters. The quality of the candidates, in terms of their ability to connect with the grassroots. Once we do that, we should be able to.
So at the national level, after the election, there's unity and peace. At the regional level, after the election, there's unity and peace, would you say?
Yes, and we are going to even do more. We're going to reach out to first those who contested with us. In my case, the very first thing I did on a Sunday morning was to call my opponent, Okiti, and then wish him well, and then call on him to support me. Even today we spoke after our meeting with Bawumia. And my other colleagues are doing the same. We are going to have an official meeting with them. But they also have some support base.
Yeah.
I mean, it's numbers. It's a number game. So we don't want to take away any number. We want to rather add more to it. And make sure that as a body, we keep our unity. Because that's the only way we can win this election in 2028. And it's a must win for us. We can't afford to lose in 2028. Especially given the work that our flag bearer has done all over these years. Since 2008, he's been working very hard in the trenches. It's unfortunate we had a result that we had in 2024. But of course, every party has its own cycle. So we believe that once we are going through it, we'll come out more stronger and victorious.
Bonzo-K.
34K.
34K. We love that you are here. Okay. Yes, let's. Bonzo-K, we have to be ending the program now. It's past 11. And we'll come to Takoradi to come and see what the work that you are doing. We'll bring a camera and follow you around and see how it's getting on and how it's getting on in Elembele as well. Ladies, do you have some last text messages for me? Let's do one each, if you can. Fatif is just you. Let's do it. 2 text messages and then we wrap up for the weekend.
So I have people here praising Mr. Bonzo. Papa Owa says, Western Regional Messiah, Honorable Bonzo-K. Junior Khalid says, Bonzo-K for a reason. And lastly, coming from Chef Mani says, Paul, I'm elated to hear from the minority leader on this gold board issue. And I'm very grateful for everyone here. I think that would be all for tonight. Back to you, Paul.
Somebody sends me a text from the United Kingdom, says, it says, does Freddie Blaze still support you? Is Dr. Ren is asking that question.
Sure.
He does, okay.
my last election. Yeah.
Dr. Ren, so you have your answer. This is coming from Senyo, who was on our show the other day. He says, I bring you warm greetings from the Oxygen City and the cleanest region in Ghana, Volta. As the newly elected commander of the youth wing of the Elephant family in the region, I wish to sincerely thank you for the opportunity you gave me last week to share our vision. I'm equally grateful to our cherished delegates for the confidence they reposed in me to serve them. The election is over and work has begun. Our resolve is clear: to build a strong, united and vibrant youth front as we work towards seeing Dr. Bawumia become the next president of Ghana. Thank you once again, Efo Paul. Yes, he's giving me a title, and that's Mayor, Commander Mayor Senyo. Senyo will be coming to Volta region. We'll be following you, and then we'll have you in the studio for another interview. Bones okay. I just love the vibe. Okay, viewers, I had a good time with Bones okay. We're going to continue with the camera go. We'll talk about what happened in Commonwealth Hall back in the day when we were both there at the University of Ghana. Thanks for watching this edition of Good Evening Ghana. It's always a pleasure. Good night.
Someone in red.
I be the real goat, Samuel.
Who is the goat? Ghana Jollof or Nigerian Jollof?
You are lying. Ghana Jollof.
We are talking about beat. Except be the goat, huh? My guy, him be the goat.
So our choice.